Hey Christoph here, I wanted to share my thoughts on the styling of the init error window modal. So basically what happens is you start Bitcoin Core, GUI, and you append some command line parameter like dash funky bunch, and it doesn't recognize what to do with this when the application tries to launch. And so it says, okay, I can't launch, I don't know what you want from me. And then instead of any application window, all you see is a small modal, which currently looks like this. So for anybody who needs some context. So now there are 4 design solutions here that Gerald busted out. I'll start with the one here on the right, the number 4. So I think the idea here was that, well, we have this little modal here. Do we need to show that in a larger window that looks kind of like the full application? So this looks trustworthy, so it feels like the whole application is actually there, but we just have this little error, even though it's just a big black rectangle here. I would say no to this one. It doesn't, because all I can do is quit and close. It really just kind of takes up a lot of space. I don't think it's needed here. I think just a regular single window works. The second decision then was, well, if we do that, then do we use the default toolbar here at the top, or do we style our own? So we could have something like this here instead of that. I'm actually kind of curious if there are cross-platform, cross-operating systems, if there are differences, if that's always possible or not to fully take over this toolbar at the top, or if there are limitations to it. My direction here for this particular init error window modal thingy would be to use the default toolbar. It's just a little bit more straightforward. People get it. Okay, this is like a proper window from the operating system here. And maybe some of that goes back a little bit to, there was some loader test I think Facebook did a long time ago. So they styled a loader with like a custom like Facebook loader visual. And when they did that and things were slow, people blamed Facebook for being slow. But when they used the default iOS loader, then people blamed iOS for being slow. So the point being that some native styling can really influence people. How about they see this? And here using the, I feel like it's a better signal here to use the default operating system toolbar, which I assume we're also going to have on the on any other window in this application. So it feels like, okay, this is a proper application window here. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Not thinking so much about the blame part from my example, but like, okay, there's a real thing happening here. Then the other difference was the copy, and I can so you can see that here. So whether to include a title or not. So here on the right-hand side, it's just this text cannot parse command line arguments invalid parameter -reg. So the user in this case launched Bitcoin Core from the command line and added -reg in there. So they should recognize this -reg because they actually wrote that, unless a user somebody else made them do something and they don't understand it. So this should not really, the user who did this and encountered this error should know what this refers to. But I still think there could be a little bit of better explanation because, okay, cannot parse command line. Okay, then why can't you just ignore it, right? Why do I have to, what's happening now? And then if I press okay, then it's like, what does that mean? What does okay mean? Sounds, okay, cool, I'm going to use, the app will still work? Or does this actually completely break things? Which is better here with quit here in the button on the left. So I think the copy is kind of the third thing here. So my thing would be to recommendation would be something like this. Like you have toolbar at the top, it says Bitcoin Core app, I get it, okay, this is like a real application window. It says there was a problem starting up, okay, understandable. The application was started with invalid command line arguments, okay, makes sense. And then it says -reg is not a valid argument. To see all options, view the documentation at bitcoincore.org.commands. Now, I made this up. This URL probably doesn't exist. So yeah, this copy tells me, okay, it was not possible to start up. So don't have any expectations that after clicking OK, I can continue. It tells me in simple language what the problem was. Then it tells me the specific problem, that -reg is not a valid argument. And then it tells me how I can find a list of all of the valid arguments if that list exists somewhere. This might also be something like, please, use the argument -help or so to see all possible commands. Just something where the user's not stuck in a dead end here, but they can actually they get pointed towards the place where that helps them solve their problem. So this is what I would do, but you guys might feel differently, so just let me know. Thanks.